We are here with a very classic trio. We are going to try Glenfiddich, and Glenfiddich 12, 15 and 18. They're all bottled at 40% ABV. They all have age statements. They are Speyside whiskies from a distillery up in Dufftown. I have actually been to the distillery, so if you're curious about that, check out my blog post about it. I'll try and link it in the description here below if you are curious. It was a really lovely distillery to visit. It was very stunning, and I mean, they have a lot of stills. Yeah, so it was lovely. But Glenfiddich, a lot of people might know of this as one of the best-selling Scotch single malts in the world. It has this very distinct bottle, which is triangular, and the stag on it as well. Glenfiddich means Valley of the Stag in Scots Gaelic. And the 12 and the 18 have similar maturation. They have both been matured in Oloroso sherry and European oak Oloroso sherry and American oak bourbon casks, with the 18 also having at least 3 months marrying time in small batches. I think it is less than 150 casks that are married together for at least 3 months. And then the 15 is of course also called the Solera, which Solera is a system of maturing that you use in Spain, in the bodegas in Jerez when you make sherry, because you basically have a cask. This is very simplified, but you have a cask, and when you take spirit out of it, you also fill it up, so there's always going to be older fractions in the cask. So the way they have with the 15 is that they fill these casks, I believe it's like a marrying time in these Solera inspired casks. So after 15 years of maturing, they get married together in these Solera casks that are always half full. So when you take half away, you fill it up with a new batch. So you have this kind of Solera system. But yes, I can't wait to try them because I haven't had Glenfiddich in a long while. But let's start with the 12. Oh, so fruity. Always makes me think of kind of floral apples in springtime. A little bit herby today as well, actually, like herby wood. It's quite light and quite easy to approach, I would say, which is probably why so many people like Glenfiddich. Almost a bit licorice today as well. Generally, what I would say, if people ask me what I think of Glenfiddich 12, I would say, oh, it's like apples and pears, because that's kind of the most common thing that people say about it. But yeah, a little bit licorice, a little bit herby, wood, and then those green apples. But let's have a little sip. Sláinte. Definitely smooth. It's one of those whiskies that have a lovely flavour to it. Not challenging. It's has a little bit of a bitterness. It's a little bit like apple peels to me. A wood coming through, enough wood for it to taste like a nice combination of wood. But it's I'm trying to look if there's anything more in it. And this is definitely one of those whiskies that I can kind of sip any time, and I know I'm gonna like it. And it's those kind of apple peels and the wood for me at the moment. I also know that if you try other whiskies and you come back to this one, it feels a little bit fruitier, or has done for me in the past. So it's gonna be interesting trying it after the 15 and 18 again. But for me, it's those two things that are coming out the most. Might be a touch of like cinnamon in it as well. It's yeah, I mean, easy to like because I think the flavor's nice and it's not too challenging, which is what I think this product's kind of meant to be. But if you're looking for more of a challenge or something more robust, then this might not be for you. But let's move on to the 15 and have a look. start by having a look on the nose. Why does this glass feel so much heavier? Like, this glass feels like it's so much thicker. Strange. It's the same manufacturer, so... The 15 on the nose feels woodier and more heavy. More sherried as well. I think you can get that kind of raisin note coming through. This experience with the glass is a bit weird because it's so heavy, this glass, and I do not know why. It looks thicker as well, so it might just be a manufacturing fault, but it also makes the dram feel so heavy compared to the other glass. But let's have a sip. Sláinte Skål. This is a different experience straight away. It has the kind of lightness and fruitiness and smoothness, but it is more sherried, more woody, I would say. So it gives the kind of impression of it being a little bit more robust. It's kind of the same as it is on the nose, kind of wood and the raisin note coming through. But it's not, they're still quite mellow. They're not very, they're not like liquid raisins. They're still quite held back and quite shy. I think Glenfiddich is a good one if you might be starting out with whiskey, because it might be one of those that, because there's not too many things to jump out at you really powerfully, is that a word? Powerfully? But like really forcefully, then you have a better chance of kind of letting your nose get used to the ethanol and then getting those kind of more subtle things that are a little bit more mellow. I mean, being at 40% also, if you're used to whiskey, it's an easy sipping strength, I would say. And if you're not used to it, it's a good place to start, because anything that is around 40, if you're used to not drinking spirits, is going to be strong for you. Generally, at least, unless you love the flavour. This one, the 15 is more, a little bit more like a cinnamon cake, like cinnamon cookies, but still with a fruitiness. It's almost like a little bit tropical, so almost like a mango mixes with raisins fruitiness. I mean, still very fresh. And something I think I forgot to mention at the start is that the 18 is around like 65, 66 pounds, where I could see it. The 15 is about 41, 42. And the 12 I think you can find for quite a good price, sometimes £25, sometimes 30, 31. So yeah, they're definitely on the more affordable side. Yeah, fresh and fruity now on the nose. But on the palate it's more woody. Still a little bit of that kind of cinnamon, almost mango thing. The bitterness that comes out is woody. And I am going to go back to the 12 and just have another nose and a sip, just to see if there's any difference already. The nose is a little bit more robust than I remember. Not in a robust way, it's just that from memory it's so fresh and floral and just light. But the nose now is a little bit more woody, which I wasn't expecting, so it was more robust than I anticipated, but still not very robust. Still a little bit of that kind of licorice, herby note. But let's move on to the 18 and have a little look on this one. We'll start with the nose. But what is quite interesting with these is I think they're quite clearly the same distillery. Still like kind of fresh, slightly fruity with a little bit of wood coming through that's quite smooth. And a little bit of kind of red grapes somehow. A little bit of kind of cinnamon cookie as well, like freshly baked cookies. And a little bit floral. The nose is a little bit hidden. I'm getting more on the other two initially. So it might just be cold. So let's have a look. I mean, the nose is there, but it's not really jumping out, which the other two are slightly more. Well, let's have a sip. Sláinte Skål. This straight away and this lineup today feels the most balanced. It just has something extra. Let me see. This is the 12. It's fairly similar to the 12, which isn't surprising considering they are using the same wood types. I don't know what ratios, of course, but they are a little bit similar on flavour, just that the 18 feels a bit more. It's just a bit more warm and a little bit more. It's that floral, a little bit wood, a little bit of like an apple peel meets grape fruitiness, a little bit of cinnamon cookie, but mostly just kind of juicy and quite mouth-watering. It just has a little bit more layers. The 12 is a little bit like you get this and you get that, and that's kind of it. And then the 15 is different in character because it's probably that feels more sherry derived for me. But then the 18 is just a little bit more round. It's quite warming, it's quite smooth, but with more flavour coming out. But they all have this Glenfiddich taste to it. It's almost reminding me of the Macmira flavour, this kind of oily fruitiness. But here it feels a little drier and a little bit more fruity wood because there's a bitterness underneath. We are going to try the 15 again and then kind of sum it all up. The Glenfiddich's the darkest. It's has probably the most bitterness, but in quite a nice way. That sherry character coming through. It's a little bit denser, it feels as well. Okay, so Glenfiddich 12 is a bit apple peels and wood, a little bit bitter, a little bit floral, licorice, quite easy going, and I mean, good price for a single malt that is 12 years old that you can just kind of sip at any occasion, and also can kind of give to anyone, I think. I think a lot of people can enjoy this because for me it has nice flavours, but it's not difficult. The 15, if someone wants a little bit more towards sherry, maybe you're not quite keen on going all sherry, you just want a little bit of a preview of sherry, then maybe that one. If you like a little bit of bitterness, a little bit more wood character, a little bit more robust, and a little bit more cinnamon cookie vibe, then 15. And then the 18, it's like a 12, but you vamp it up a little bit. You get a little bit more, flavour, a little bit more balance. I think, actually, I'm going to try it again. From the lineup today, I think the 18 is my favourite. I would of course love to hear what your favourite is. Please let me know in the comments here below which one is your favourite whiskey from Glenfiddich. I like it just because it had that balance, nice flavours. Yeah, I mean, what more can I ask for? So yeah, Glenfiddich 18 is probably my favourite out of these three today. That might change next week, but yeah, today it's the 18. And of course, if you like this video and would like me to review something else, let me know what you'd like to see, or if you haven't subscribed already, perhaps consider doing that. That would make me so happy. And of course, if you would like to support the channel and me, please consider using my affiliate links the next time you're shopping with either Master Malt Whisky Exchange or the Scotch Malt Whisky Society. I have put all those links in the description here below. And of course, as always, I want to say a massive thank you to my wonderful supporters on Patreon. I'm so grateful to have you guys with me on my whiskey journey. But I hope to see you next time. Until then, Sláinte Skål.